Hi everyone, it's Rax. I want to show you one of the absolute most powerful builds next season for the Witch Doctor. By the way, watch what I'm about to do here. Whoop! Oh yeah! See the new power? And with the new power and with the Mundunugu build, which is already one of the strongest builds in the game, you're going to be able to do some amazing things if you can master the mechanics of it. I'll be totally honest with you, I don't have them completely mastered either. I don't really ever play this. But let me walk you through and teach you the basics of it, and I'll get a guide out there where if you really want to test your Witch Doctor skills, you can do some amazing things with this next season. So let's talk about the Phantasms. Ah, yes, one of the most complicated things in the game. If you want to read the full mechanics, you can look up the guide on Maxroll. There's like so many things there about it. But here's the basics of how I understand it. You can lay 3 phantasms at a time, and they're spinning in place. When they're spinning in place, they're dealing damage, or should I say, accumulating damage, while they're spinning around for every enemy on top of them. And then when you either detonate them or let them expire, they explode and deal a bunch of damage, right? So let's understand the basics of what that means. It means if you cast 3 phantasms on top of each other, they're just going to spin there for their full duration unless you do something about it. If you cast a 4th phantasm, the first one will detonate, and then number 2, number 3, and number 4 will keep spinning, right? So the idea is you want the phantasms to be spinning on a bunch of monsters while you're standing in the Oculus Ring. It's accumulating damage while you're in the Oculus Ring, and eventually they expire and blow everything up. Now, you're going to Locust Swarm here to get everything, nice and poisoned, and then you Piranha, and that's what brings everything together. So with that combination, let's just think about what do we need to do here. Well, first we Locust Swarm, get everything nice and juiced up. Then we Piranha. Now they're pixeled together. Now what I like to do is I like to spam phantasms. So I press 1, 2, 3, right in the dead center. Nothing has happened yet. 4, and my first phantasm blows up. My first phantasm is not going to do that much damage because I didn't let it spin for very long. It only got to spin as fast as I could cast 3 more, so it doesn't hit the monsters very hard. My goal is to kill 1 monster. I only want 1 monster to die. The second that 1 monster dies and I get an Oculus Ring, I stop casting phantasms. And the reason why is now I've got an Oculus Ring to essentially do double damage. And I'm going to let my other 3 phantasms spin and accumulate on that big pack. And when they finally detonate, they're going to destroy the whole world. And that's pretty much it. So one more time, just for clarity, because you got to understand this. You want the phantasms to spin on top of a lot of monsters, and you would like it to just detonate on its own because you want it to go the full duration to get the most damage possible. But you can't just lay 3 phantasms and sit around and pretend like everything is fine, because you should try to get an Oculus Ring first. So the process is Locust Swarm everything, Piranha it all together, spam phantasms until you just kill 1, and then go into the Oculus Ring, accumulate all of that double damage, and then just chill and try to keep the monsters on your phantasms, and boom, they blow up. And then obviously you spam Big Bad Voodoo and your Soul Harvest while you're doing that. And then you can use your Spirit Walk to stay alive and get to the Oculus Rings and stuff like that. And that is the basic idea. So, continuing with that idea, if you don't have a lot of density, you're going to deal 0 damage. If you stand there and try to fight 1 monster, It's going to be hilarious how you can't do anything to them, right? This build really sucks on the boss, which has always been Mundunugu's problem. But you're going to see a funny thing that happens at the end of this rift, because Blizzard added part of the power where the piranhas, if they stun the bosses take quote-unquote massive damage. Well, we're going to unmute my audio toward the end, and we're going to see just how much massive damage is to Blizzard. So anyway, if you have like a yellow and a blue with you, right? And you do your rotation properly, you get it pixeled, you spam Phantasms till you get one Aki, you go into the Aki, you chill, and you let them detonate, it kills all the trash. And the blues are at 20%, and the yellows at 50% or something. Move. Go forward. You need to find another big room of stuff. Maybe you reapply Locust Swarm to make sure that they've still got that on them. Make sure that they follow you. But notice how I'm dragging the elites here. I need more stuff. So make sure that you're committing to doing big hits. It's also not very forgiving toward mistakes, right? If you accidentally spam your Phantasms and blow up all of your trash, you have ruined any chance that you have to actually kill the elites. See how I'm very patiently waiting in my Aki. I'm waiting, and then I let them detonate on their own, right? Okay, so we didn't kill it, so you move on and you get more. You've got to commit to doing several big pops in order to get the most out of this build. If you understand at least this much, you will have an easy time next season. And with this pixeling power, and depending upon how strong they let the piranhas stay, this is going to be one of the top tier builds next season for sure. Also, the Horrify thing that gives 100% more damage is going to buff pretty much all Witch Doctor builds who want to take that. And for example, the Arashir Spider Witch Doctor, which is already one of the best, is going to be absolutely fantastic next season. So Witch Doctors are looking pretty good, and even the Z Witch Doctor is now finally back. So I don't have that much here, for example. You see how I don't have a very high mob count? So it wasn't the best hit there. This also means that you're going to have a lot more success on very, very dense maps that have a very high mob count, because you need them to get the big explosions. See how I just make one Aki, and I sit there and I wait 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 and I wait. And one of these days, boom. See? It's very satisfying. Got to be one of the most... If you play it correctly, it's one of the most satisfying builds. Probably one of the highest skill caps as well. I've got my Aki, so I don't need to spam Phantasms at all. If you already got one, then don't worry about it. I'm just piranhing them in and in and in. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that was a pretty good hit considering that we didn't have much. All right, so I don't have anything here. I need more. Okay, I say never mind. I'm just going to go with this, because I know the end of the festering is just to my left. Giving myself a chance to spawn a Condi, but I'll probably never get it. And the reason why I'm not going to get it is because I just got a shield pylon. But slashers is probably not the most ideal. I did get a pylon, crazy. I did get one. That's crazy. But it was just a stupid speed. That sounds about right. Okay, you know the drill. Spawn an Aki. So there I played terribly. Did you see how fast, how much of the trash I killed? I killed way too much of it by spamming my Phantasms. So now I can't expect this to do well at all. Now I'm in a weird spot because, once again, I can't do anything because I don't have any trash, right? And there's a ghost in there that's so hurt, and I want to kill the ghost, but I'm in such extreme danger here. And I'm like, okay, how do I kill the ghost there? If I spam Phantasms, it's just not going to work. Getting murdered here, getting jailed. There's so many elites hitting me with so many affixes, but I'm so stubborn. I don't want to leave this ghost at 1 HP. And I have no chance of getting a Condi next map now, not for a million years, because I just got back-to-back pylons here. So the chances of getting another one are pretty much 0. So I'm very sad here. I don't know what to do. Both my procs are down now. Oh, okay, somehow I killed the ghost. That was kind of lucky. All right, now I can leave. Sometimes it's about sending the message. And all right, we got not so great map. These guys have very low HP though. And let's see what we have here. Oh my god, illusionist rat collars. So this is a very special mob type. Rat collars summon rats, and when they illusion, their illusions can also summon rats. The rat collars themselves, the real ones, have a limit on how many rats they can spawn, but the illusions don't. So if I stood here and I just let the illusionist rat collars do their thing for a little bit, I would crash the game. I'm about 60 seconds away from just crashing out of this game because they are going to make a bajillion. Look how many rats there are already. I already did one hit. That's how many rats they made in the meantime. So I'm in huge danger right now of losing this run. So I need to start doing some damage right now. Now I need to like start spamming phantasms to get rid of some of these rats, or I got no chance. Once I can get these rats under control, I'm going to be able to, lay an atomic bomb of damage. Imagine if you were playing a Festering Woods with 6 elites, and the final elite was an illusionist rat collar that would just spawn you a bajillion adds to make your phantasms do like 10 trillion damage. You could just pretty much instantly delete 6 elites from the map. So this is the dream to find on this build, but I wish I would have found it on if I would have found this at the end of the Festering, I would have killed every single elite there. All right, but I guess we're just going to sit here and kill some rats. And let's see if we can finish these guys off here. And let's see. One time we got the Aki. Boom, there they go. Well, that was fun. I had fun anyway. All right, we got some bugs here. One thing you can do if you're just zipping through with very low value trash, you can just spam here. Just spam, kill them, and go to the next room. Like if you can't bring them forward and do a proper hit and they'll die right away anyway, this is one spot where you can consider just spamming. But in general, you don't want to do that. Pixel them all, start the spamming. Where's my Oculus ring? There it is. Stop casting. You can piranha some more in, and boom, they die instantly. Okay, now I got a big room of bugs. Under normal circumstances, if you didn't have any seasonal powers, you would essentially have no chance of winning this rift. But remember, Blizzard gave us 2 powers. Not only do the piranhas gather everything up, but the piranhas do quote-unquote massive damage to the elites and bosses. Okay, massive damage to the boss, huh? Okay, well, I'm going to need massive damage because my bar's not looking too good. By the way, I didn't have a Condi on this rift. This is a 135 without a Condi. And by the way, I am playing with Stricken on my build. I'm playing with Stricken because I wanted to simulate the actual power of the Witch Doctor, because I think you will have to take Stricken on live. I could have taken something else and been even stronger, but I took Stricken for a reason. This is a super valuable mob type. This is Transformers, so if I can kill them, my bar will fly. Problem is, again, we just don't quite have the mob count to just destroy them. If I had those illusionist rat collars here, oh boy. But this is not looking good, guys. This is looking pretty grim. But it's not over yet. Maybe I'll get a power or something, or maybe I'll get a Condi. Probably not. But you never know. Sometimes you got to keep the dream alive. Let's see here. We're at 95%. There's a lot, 97%. Okay, I got Vortex. I don't like that. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut out the audio and I'm going to let it finish on its own. Channeling, never lucky. Let's see how this finishes out. It's a win! Yay! I love winning!